the state is ready to watch the Hawks play. On August 1st, they'll start practice on the hill. Then on August 30th, they all hit the field. We're gonna take them all, one game at a time. The players will be working hard to get some playing time. Going to games, watching TV, or listening to the radio. All over the state you'll hear us saying, go Hawks, go. We're Razorback strong, we'll rise and shine. Victory's calling, and it's gonna be our time. No holding back, we're in this to win. We'll be calling them Hogs as the game begins.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
If you're not in a better mood today, I can't help you. If you've been outside this morning and your disposition and your, just your general outlook on life isn't improved today, can't help you. So what in the hell are you talking about? Step outside if you haven't. My first thing when I raised the garage door and went and got in the car, oh, man, this is going to be a much better day because it's about 20 degrees cooler outside after that rain pushed through last night. All right, Tommy Kraft in the kind of the captain's chair today. Colton's here. I got great news. Ty is off, and we have went to the bullpen and brought in the Hall of Famer, Clay Henry from Whole Hog Sports, and he joins us now. Clay, I know you've been outside. I can tell you of all grumpy old Clay is even in a better mood today.
This is going to be this will be the best day of August, and I mean I'm serious. It's going to be all downhill the rest of the way. I don't know that, but it'd be hard to beat a high of 79 with 1% chance of rain. I mean it is cool, dry air. That front pushed through last night, and it is glorious. And a little bit of cloud cover, which I'll take that too. But you know what I'm going to do, Tommy? You're lucky because my two buddies had suggested we fish today, and they said let's go at 1 o'clock. If they'd have said at 9 o'clock, I was going to leave you. I was going to leave you. I was going to leave you high and dry.
Well. I might just put a tape on and go with you. But 70 right now in Fayetteville and some rain on the way. It's 74 in Little Rock, 75 in Fort Smith, 71 in Branson. Hot Springs, 74. It's awesome.
It
awesome
doesn't
outside.
Get any better than this.
Oh,
it really doesn't.
And
the football guys are lucky this morning. I haven't heard a report. I'm sure I'm going to get one here shortly, Tommy, and we can talk about that. But they had their first practice 6:30 this morning.
Yep.
As Sam was leaving the room yesterday, and I was over there, I had a couple of things I needed to do, and so I went to his press conference, and he looked at me and kind of rubbed the back of my shoulders going around behind me, and he said, "Are you coming in the morning?" And I said, "What do you think, Coach?" He goes, "You're smarter than the rest of these guys. You're not coming, are you?" And I said, "Well, I don't know if I'm smarter, but I might be older."
Yeah. All right, that's where we begin on a Football Friday. We did hear from Sam Pittman yesterday. We got a lot to get to there, and Clay was in the room, so we're going to get some of Clay's reactions to Coach's final visit with the media before practice began this morning. Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. If you've been down the road of joint pain that hurts, and even on a cool August morning, you start with some snap, crackle, and pop as you get out of bed. QC Kinetix can help you with that. Joint pain that won't let up. Back, knees, shoulder, hips. They can help you in all of those places. No more masking the pain with pain prescription pills, surgery, and downtime that your doctor is telling you need. There's a better way with QC Kinetix. Their licensed medical team will go over your x-rays and your MRIs and see if you're a good fit for these breakthrough treatments. At QC Kinetix, we'll tell you more throughout the morning. 479-999. 1234 is the number. Practice began early this morning. Practice is maybe stretching the word a little bit these first few days. They're out there. We've got some feelers out to kind of see as the coaches are meeting. But, Clay, it's more about attendance, who's out there. Media got to watch a little bit of it, so we'll get into some of that. You sat through about 30 minutes yesterday with Sam Pittman. I've listened to all of it. Ben Souders spoke about the summer. What were your takeaways from from Sam Pittman's visit yesterday on the eve of practice?
Well, I think that all of us, including the coaches, are trying to figure out exactly what they have. And I mean, it's they think they've got something, but they want to see them practice and they want to see them scrimmage a little bit. You know, there's some of these new guys that, you know, weren't here in the spring. There were some guys that were injured and weren't here in the spring. So they're still putting together what they think is their team, and they have some battles, and they have better depth. Now, it's all relative, Tommy. You know that everybody else in the SEC has the same $20.5 million in gift money. That's what I call it. It's free money to give out. If you're not too deep now, it's because you're not trying. So I suspect that all these campuses, you know, that if you really, you know, put the coach to it, it's the best depth they've had in a long time. Because if you finish spring practice and you were missing a backup nickel or a backup corner or a backup tight end, you can go get one, and you might get a starter out of it. So, but I can't tell you how they're going to match up when they play, you know, SEC and Notre Dame and Memphis. I don't know what kind of team they have yet, but I'm comfortable in saying this is a better team and they have more depth than what they've had in the last couple of years.
All right, let's get to our opening drive. We'll do our Fence Man Friday picks here in just a second and get to those. It's all brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. 25 locations around our state. There's one near you. Go to myaglender.com. They can help you with all the financing options to remodel your existing home or build a brand new one from ground up. That's Farm Credit of Western Arkansas. Go to myaglender.com.
We gained a lot of weight. We're faster than we have been. Taylor Green looks great. You know, the guys that need to lose weight have. Guys that need to gain have. And so we've had a really good summer. I wouldn't feel as good if I didn't feel as good about the team, but I feel really good because I feel good about the team. I'm not talking about just the player. I mean, the guy out there playing. I like this team now. I like how they like each other and compete against each other, but I don't want to go to the lake. I mean, I've got plenty of time. Hunter gives me time off, you know, spring break, get a few weeks, a week or two off in the summer. I got plenty of time to get down to the lake. I'm going to be the head coach right here and win a bunch of games.
This is the opening drive.
All right, that was Sam Pittman. Several of the highlights of yesterday's media session. Practice 1 has concluded. They started early this morning, talked about the school schedule with summer 2 sessions still intact. Another thing he talked about, Clay, was the wide receivers. Probably one of the biggest question marks where they're at. Here's what Coach was, or how he feels about his wide receivers heading in to today's first practice.
Well, I feel good about them. You know, we've got speed. We've got the Browns, Jalen and CJ. Andy Jean's another guy. We were talking about possibly moving one of those guys in to slot a little bit to get them on the field a little bit more. But I feel really good about our size there and especially our speed there.
You know, that's the area I think a lot of people probably circle at the top of their question list is where we're at with wide receivers, Clay, particularly with CeCe now out for the year, and he confirmed that again. We really already knew that, but is this a matter of we don't know these guys, and that's why we're uncomfortable?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Or do you really think there's problems at wide receiver?
There's not problems. It just still has to develop. I don't think it's you know. Of course, I don't worry about athletic sports. I don't worry. You know, I've been down that road with ties. Like, what should fans worry about? I said, I don't think anybody should worry about anything. You go and watch, and you have fun, and you know, it's still got to all unfold at wide receiver, and here's what's going to happen. The guys, there are a lot of new players. They need time with this quarterback. They need time. They've gotten some this summer, but they need time as the coaches throw different schemes at them defensively to see if they can recognize in these new plays, in this new system, and this is the bottom line, stay on the field, stay healthy. So they think they know who their guys are, but those guys got to make it through camp. and there's an awful lot of running for wide receivers. So as this thing goes forward, we will see, who's got, tight hamstring, who's got a hip flexor, who's got this, and are they able to practice? Because they're going to install or reinstall, and they're going to go through their game plans for some of these games. They're going to put some stuff up in this summer, and this August. And if you're not out there, somebody else is going to take your spot, because the ones that practice are the ones that are going to play. That is really simple with both Sam Pittman and Bobby Petrino. They want to see the guys do it in practice. So that's the issue. It is not that they don't have talent. It is not that they lack speed or skill or hands or any of that stuff. But it is such a complex route tree that is based off of defensive coverages and schemes that you have to recognize that, and it's a little different than probably what any of these guys have played. So there is a learning curve, and you have to make one guy confident that you can do your job. You know who that guy is?
Well, I would say there's two, but I'm going to guess Sam Pittman's the answer you're looking for.
No, I was looking for Bobby Petrino.
Bobby Petrino was the other.
It's 1A and 1B.
Yeah,
but here's the way it's going to work. Sam Pittman's going to ask Bobby Petrino, does that guy know his assignments?
Yeah.
And Bobby's going to say yes or no. And Sam's going to go with that. And I would too.
Yeah.
And he's the head coach of the offense. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Well, there's one guy, that he also mentioned yesterday they're counting on, and that's Jaylen Brown at wide receiver.
Speed. I called him in and I had a nice talk with him. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me sharing it. What's going to be the difference between LSU and Florida State and Arkansas? What's going to be the difference? And, we all have to look in the mirror and figure out how we can do things better, and not say how can somebody else do something better. It's it's us, it's me as far as running the program. And I had a really good talk with him. I think he's in the right frame of mind to excel as what he was recruited out of high school. Of course, he was really highly recruited and highly regarded in high school, and it's time for him to be that guy and better. And I just believe he will. He's got a good work ethic, he can catch the ball, and he can fly, he can run.
That's the thing this team hasn't always had, and that's top-end SEC-level speed. They feel like they've got it with Jaylen Brown. They just got to get him in the right place this year, where it hasn't worked out, as he mentioned, in a couple other places.
The two Browns both have the size and the speed, and I think that you're going to see those guys play if they can stay healthy and stay on the field. And that is again, as much running as the wide receivers do, it is a real battle to get these kids to get the proper amount of sleep, get the proper nutrition, get stretched out each day so that they can stay healthy on the field. And, hopefully, when they scrimmage, they don't get some knocks, lost one guy, with the wrist. And CC, wasn't his wrist injury?
Yes.
Yeah,
weight room injury to the wrist, yes.
Yeah, So there's odd things that happen, and so you just got to get through camp with your dudes. Yeah. And I think that if there's anybody that understands how to coach and bring along a passing game, it's Petrino. But that still has to happen in the polish, and you like everything that you hear. But let's just see how they roll through it. They have the numbers at wide receiver. I feel comfortable that they have brought in guys, and there's one kind of X factor guy that I talked to strength coach after everything was over yesterday, Monty Harrison. I think he may be ready. They got him a little over 225. He's lost a little bit of weight. He excelled this summer. One of the things he did is he coached up Braylon Russell. He was his workout partner in. Having some maturity with a young player that sometimes hasn't been mature. And I'm talking about, just football-related stuff, not off the field. But he needed somebody older to be with him every day, to show him how to finish every drill, every rep, and get better. And he's got the tools. And really both those guys do. I mean, Monty Harrison was a blue chip that decided to play baseball instead. And you know that story. We don't need to go through it again. But
Truly the old man on the team. So.
Yeah. He's 30.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, hey, just think about this. He's Ty's age, but he's mature, unlike Ty.
Well, and in much
knew
better,
I was coming
and
to
in
you
much
at some
better
point
shape.
today.
All right, that's our opening drive. It's brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. Bet with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. We had football last night. Chargers took down the Lions 34-7. You'll find all the NFL preseason lines for the weekend that are there. Futures, outright winners, spreads, totals, player props, all up for the season ahead. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. That's an automatic promotion once you enroll, and new and existing customers can take advantage of the 10% profit boost on qualifying three-leg parlays. You can bet NFL. You can bet Major League Baseball. You can bet golf, college football, college sports. It's all there with the Oaklawn Sports app. Download it now. Funding and withdrawing your balance has never been easier than it is with the Oaklawn Sports app. So bet with Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with a brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. All right, every Friday we do our Fence Man Friday picks. Sean with the Fence Man joins us now. Sean, we were talking at the start of the show. Everybody's in a better mood today just because the weather's so much better.
It is amazing. I mean, this 95 to 100 and a heat index of 110, it's no fun.
Yeah.
No one needs to be out in it.
What a great break we are getting for at least a few days. It won't last, but we'll enjoy it while it does. All right, let's get to it. It's our Fence Man Friday picks.
The Cardinals, they are taking on the Padres.
I want to say Cardinals, so I'll go Padres.
I will be in St. Louis next weekend. I'm going to take the Cardinals in this one.
I'm also going the Cardinals.
Atlanta, the Braves in Arlington this weekend to take on the Rangers.
I'll take the Braves.
I'll take the Rangers in this one.
I'm going to go with the Rangers.
Cleveland on the road in Kansas City. I'm going to take the Royals.
I'll take the Guardians.
Yep, I'm going to take Kansas City.
You got the White Sox hosting the Cubs.
I'll go with the White Sox.
And I'll take the Cubs in this one.
I'm going to stay with the Cubs.
Well, a little better performance this week. I don't think we got the ding one time the week before. All right, Clay's here with us, Sean, in place of Ty, and Colton's got our games. So let's get to it, our Fence Man Friday picks.
All right, boys, first up on the docket, we got the Braves at the Reds. Who do we like in this one, Tommy? Braves at the Reds.
I can't go against my Braves. I was just there for the All-Star game. Me and Tom Murphy went there, so I'm going with the Braves.
All right, Sean, who we got? Braves at the Reds.
Oh, no, going with the Braves.
Braves.
Vamos.
Clay, who do we like in this one?
I'm going for the opening here. They both went Braves, so I went Reds.
There we go.
All right.
All righty, Astros at the Red Sox. Two teams looking to finalize their place in the playoff contention here. Astros at the Red Sox. Tommy, who do you like, Houston or Boston?
I'll go with Houston. I guess now that we're through the trade deadline, we'll kind of see how some teams play this weekend. But I'll go with the Astros.
Sean, what do you like, Houston or the Red Sox?
Give me the Houston Astros.
Clay, I can almost guarantee you're going to pick the Red Sox now, but go ahead and tell us anyway.
I see an opening. Now, am I trying to help Ty? Do I go on Ty's
You're never going to
ledger?
help Ty. So yes, you're going on Ty's ledger.
Well, it will help him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like it's going to be.
You'll
I'm
boost
gonna
it.
get
Never.
them all
Let me
right.
back up. You'll never intentionally help Ty. So let me.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would look for his golf ball, but not for very long.
So who you picking?
Sounds like Boston.
I mean, I thought I already said. I saw the opening.
Yeah.
It's Boston.
Yeah.
All righty, fellas. One last one right here. We got the Rangers at the Mariners. The Rangers still trying to, get back to where they were after World Series a couple years ago, and the Mariners, who have one of the best home run hitters in all of baseball. Tommy, Rangers at the Mariners. Who do you like?
At Mariners.
At Mariners.
I'll
in
take
Seattle.
Seattle.
Sean, who do you like?
No, got to go with the Texas team all the way.
Oh,
Sean
now
got
you
the
don't have an
Rangers.
opening. What are you going to do now, big boy?
I flipped the coin, and it's the Mariners.
All right.
All right.
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we'll have real football to pick before long. I can't wait for that.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah. All right, that's our Fence Man Friday picks. The Fence Man loving the weather today, but security fencing, privacy fencing. You've had some issues with your fence. The Fence Man's the one to call. Sean, controlled access. I know kids are getting back to school soon. You've done a lot of work at schools with walk-through gates that have codes on them. That doesn't just have to be an industrial or commercial application. You can have controlled access at your home with walk-through gates that you have to put a simple code in to get into.
That is correct. We do have a couple of customers here in town that have some small children, and we can set that gate up to where, if your children in the backyard and you just don't want them to open that gate and go for a run out in the street, we can put in a digital lock on there where, if they can't remember 4 or 5 digits, well, they're not getting out, and we can set you up with that. And again, it can be, the neat thing about today is it can be analog, it can be Wi-Fi, digital, you name it. It's just amazing what we have to choose from to set you up. So, and it can look beautiful. It won't look all like commercial and industrial looking. It can blend in with your fence and look really nice.
And particularly with pools and kids and grandkids. I mean, you want to do everything you can do to keep a good control of that access around it. So you can help with that as well. And I know y'all do a lot of fencing around pool areas as well.
Yes, we do, and then we have all types of fencing. We got aluminum. If you got a saltwater pool, we can put aluminum around it so you don't have any rusting. If you got an HOA and you got a community pool and you need to be sure you limit the access to it, we can put you a nice fence around there, 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot tall. Get you some card readers and make it easy for you to come in and out. Know who's coming in and out.
Yep.
It's just, again, today's technology is just amazing, and we have the staff behind to be able to install it properly and help maintain it for the life of the property.
All right, 782-3936 or thefencemanar.com. Sean, enjoy the weather and the weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
Thank y'all so much. Have a great weekend yourself.
Fenceman Friday picks every Friday here on the Morning Rush. All right, stand by. The Hog Update and our first practice report is next.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
I got plenty of time to get down to the lake. I'm going to be the head coach right here and win a bunch of games.
This is the Morning Rush.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Now at Hardee's, 2 hand-breaded chicken tender wraps are only $5. Mix and match your favorite flavors like buttermilk ranch, honey mustard, and spicy. Endless combinations start with 2 warm tortillas, each filled with 100% white meat, juicy on the inside, crispy on the outside, hand-breaded chicken tenders. Any 2 wraps, now just $5. Hardee's, goodness in the making. These items only. Price and participation may vary. Tax not included. Visit restaurant for details.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
It's sad that we live in an unsafe world, but we do. Would you be able to show the police who was at your home if something was taken? Guardtronic installs alarm systems as well as camera systems. We here at ESPN rely on our Guardtronic installed cameras to keep an eye on what's going on around our building, as many of you do. Guardtronic has been serving the River Valley for over 60 years. Call Guardtronic for a free estimate so you'll be able to show the police who the bad boys are that took your belongings. License E50.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
107 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
Everybody, Woo Big Philly. This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Practice one complete for the 2025 season. The Hogs' first workout is done. They're doing interviews now. We'll see if we can get some updates, but don't expect much of noteworthy news coming out of a non-contact practice. We'll get to more of that. Yesterday, Sam Pittman and Ben Souders, the strength and conditioning coach, met with the media. Clay, I thought one of the more interesting things, I want to play this clip from Ben Souders, was some behind the scenes from a year ago with Taylon Green. I don't think we realized how banged up and beat up he was throughout the season. Ben Souders kind of gave us some details.
One thing I want to tell y'all don't understand how bad Taylon was hurt last year. This year, especially the last half of the season, I'd watch out. I mean, the kid's worked his butt off. We've kind of kept it in-house, but he's a tough sucker. I mean, what he dealt with the last 7 games of our season, I mean, in the bowl game, a lot of people wouldn't even play. I'll just keep it like that. I'm not going to let his info out, but long story short, he's a tough kid. He's put on 10 pounds. Another kid put on 10 pounds. It looks like it. And his speed, he is now, the last 2 weeks of summer is really trending up. So his speed is only going to get better too. So
I think that confirms some of what we knew, but maybe gives us some detail on how Maybe it was worse than we thought last year as far as his condition and health the last half of the year.
Well, you could tell that he didn't have the same zip. I'm talking about running. The knee injury from the Tennessee game was severe. I think that's partly why you hear such positive things around the team. I'm talking about his teammates. They know what he went through, and knee injuries are they're the fear of every college football player. Because when you get a little bit of a tear, a little cartilage, whatever, it affects your performance, and it affects the way you practice. So never worried about him, and I know that he's taken some abuse from fans, because of the turnovers, and I get that. But that's part of the growing process for any Bobby Petrino quarterback. There is so much that they do, and there's so many wrinkles that they have that they can change, little subtle things that we don't notice, but that affect the success of the offense. And they didn't have all those things going because of lack of practice time, because the quarterback was damaged. But he was the best option. I don't think there's any question. He's their guy, and I expect him to have a great year with a better offensive line.
Yeah. Anything else from Ben Souders? I know they had 100% participation. The things you would expect them to say. Great summer, bigger, faster, stronger. But what were your other takeaways other than the cliches we got from Ben Souders about just the summer program?
I think that Millie wanted to answer that question. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think
to the dogs. We throw it to the dogs.
Yeah, and she knows as much as I do about your questions. Yeah. I'm sorry. No, it's I enjoy listening to the strength coaches. I tend to think that they must be on the same page with the head coach, or he wouldn't have been in the room. Mm-hmm. That's my first take, and that wasn't the case 4 years ago. You didn't hear from the strength coach. They were trying to make it through that season, I guess, so that they could fire him. But yeah, this is. I think that first of all, they have they're in condition. We know that. They have the ability to test so much in detail to know what the analytics of a strength program is massive now. So I think that the fact that he was in the room tells you that Sam is confident that they are bigger, faster, stronger. Yeah. That just keeps them even with everybody else. I assume that everybody's got a great strength program in the SEC. That would be an upset if they didn't. Yeah. But he's. I think that this team likes their strength coaches, and it's not just him; it's the whole staff. Yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed listening to him, and there's a lot of little snippets and details.
Yeah. All right, that's your hog update, and it's brought to you this morning by Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Hard to believe it's August the 1st, and I know my buddy Larry Rath at Rath Auto Resources has already got big plans for a big month. Larry, I'm glad you ordered up this weather to start what's oftentimes the hottest month of the year.
You like that?
Boy, you did great.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, that's a special treat for everybody. We've got another special treat. The state sales tax holiday for back to school, that's this weekend for a couple of days. Mm-hmm. And we're going to start off right now. We're going to go for 2 weeks with state sales tax paid when you trade at Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale, including our new Mitsubishi models, and we've got a great lineup of those. So, folks, we're going to make it easy for you and your bunch. Go back to school in style with a new Mitsubishi or a nicer, newer used car from Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith or Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. And we got a great selection. We've been getting ready for this. We ordered up this special weather. We're doing everything we can to make it easy for you to get back to school in a better car. And we hope you'll come and see us this weekend. It was a big month in July. Thank you to everybody who did business with us. We're going to get off to a fast start in August with state sales tax paid when you trade. Rath Auto Resources in Fort Smith, Rath Mitsubishi in Springdale. Check us out online, rathauto.com.
All right, enjoy the weather and enjoy your weekend. And, Larry, we'll catch up with you next week pretty early.
Thanks, Tommy. Have a good one. Folks, come and see us.
All right, that's Rath Auto Resources, Fort Smith, and in Springdale. All right, we'll get to our Morning Rush Daily Question brought to you by Cart Path Social in just a second. More to come from Sam Pittman, his visit with the media. Practice is just concluded, and they're doing some interviews now. We'll see if we can get some sound from that. It's the Morning Rush Football Friday here on ESPN Arkansas.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter and Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Largemouth bass will be spawning soon at ponds and lakes all over Arkansas and Oklahoma. One of the best lures to catch them on at this time is the famous Yum Dinger. We make them by the truckloads in Fort Smith in 3, 4, 5, and 6-inch sizes, and they are in tackle boxes of bass anglers all over the U.S. and all over the world. Wacky rigging the 5-inch model can't be beat for spawning bass. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Yum Dinger.
This is the Morning Rush.
This is the game that they are saying national championship. And we're floating in a sea of red.
Hey everyone, David.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacale.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Choose your escape. Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Take a luxurious dip with the $5 Classic box. Indulge in a lavish meal with the $7 Supreme box. Or explore new worlds with the $9 Discovery box, now featuring the crispy chicken burrito for a truly unmissable experience.
Is that Tony Hawk?
Get Lux for less, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and it's just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers nipping on the run. Now the beach front, nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier.
They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course.
So shop at rowback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Pat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, Morning Rush Daily Question is, what are your plans now for the weekend? I think we've seen the forecast. We thought, well, I don't believe it's actually going to be 84 on Saturday, so I'm not going to plan it. But now that you stepped outside this morning, it's like 70-something degrees, 75 degrees, depending on where you're at, low 70s in many places. Now I think we're all, because we've just been talking about this. Well, now this week, now that the weather's broke, here's what I'm going to do this weekend. So, Clay, I would imagine fishing is your answer, but what are you doing this weekend that, hey, well, I wasn't going to do that, but now that the weather's broke a little bit, I'm doing this. Is it fishing for you?
Also go to the practice range.
Say that again. We missed the first part of that.
Fishing is for sure, but I probably will also go to the golf course, go to Big Creek, and hit some practice balls, chipping and putting, some things. I've been hitting some golf balls over the last 3 weeks, but it's so hot that I just can't sustain it. Like 25, 30, that's all I'll hit, and then call it a day. But this is the kind of weather that you can go out there and practice for 2 or 3 hours, and I really need that. I need some time in the chipping in wedge area. They've got great practice facility. Tommy, we don't talk about that, Big Creek, and I know you're a member and I'm a member, but they really have the facility that you can spend some time working on your game. Yep. And that's part of why I joined. Is that I will go spend an hour or two instead of 5 hours of playing. I'll play some. If I see Scott Tabor coming, I'll kind of jump in with him.
I go the other way.
Well, I mean, but then we have a common, thought process. We can talk about you and Ty.
Yeah, well.
And, there's not that many people that really know the true Tommy Kraft. So he does.
I see Maria Tabor coming. That's a whole different.
That's a whole different
response.
Yeah, it is.
I tell you one thing I want to work on because I think everybody's been putting off outside projects and little things you want to get done at your home. I want to get my patio. I had Mike Van Jr. come over and do a bunch of pressure washing for me and stuff. I want to get my setup for watching games this fall. I know we're not there yet, but maybe this
test
weekend.
Run.
I think this weekend I can maybe get out and watch a little TV outdoors. It's going to be nice enough. It's going to be fall weather. So I think I'm going to play golf this weekend. I want to come home and maybe put a tri-tip or something on the smoker.
I'm coming. I'll be there.
I don't want to spend all day doing a pork butt because that takes too much time, but maybe some ribs. You can do those and watch something on TV outside. I hadn't been able to do that in a while. So that's what I now want to do this weekend.
What's your go-to rib package? I mean, first of all, I'm talking about going and selecting them. Do you go baby back? You don't go St. Louis.
I mean, I've done both. I just think the baby backs are a little bit leaner, and I think they cook more evenly. Even if you cut the full spare rib and get it down to a St. Louis cut, I still think sometimes you don't get the even cook But I like the baby backs. I just think they cook easier and they're a little less fatty. They're a little less fatty.
They do. Yeah,
So,
can't go wrong either way.
no, there's no wrong
But
answer.
there are people that just swear by the St. Louis. That's
they're great.
that's all that you don't do anything else. And I go back and forth, and I've had good luck with both. And I just kind of eye the dinner party. You know, which do they like? And I think that the ability to handle a smaller baby back is what they like.
Yeah, that's my preference. Colton, are you doing? I know you're in baby mode now.
This is baby month, Tommy. So right now, as if we have a little bit of break in the weather, the hot weather, we're going to be, me and my wife, we'll be curb walking on that curb, trying everything that we can outdoors to make sure that this labor goes smoothly and arrives quickly, because she was convinced it was going to happen in July. Now that August is here, she's doing everything she can to, not just choke me out and want to punch me in the face. So we're just trying to get this baby out, probably get out there this weekend with a whistle, have her do some jumping jacks and calisthenics and see what we can do.
Well, I'll tell you during the break what the doctor told us.
I think you've gone crazy. Yeah. I think you've gone. That's not going to work. I just remember these two words. Yes, dear.
Yeah.
Just Just as you go through the next. I hope it's just a week, but as you go through the next few days, just remember, yes, dear, because there's going to be so many weird things that she says to you that you're like, is this the same, woman that I married? I don't know how many years ago, but there's going to be some things that happen that you're just like, well, that is bizarre. Things that she wants to eat, things that she wants to do. Things that she wants you to do, like please leave, please stop talking. Am I telling him right, Tommy?
No, I think you've left all the. You've only mentioned the nice things that are getting ready to happen. So you didn't even mention the really mean things that are to get said.
Hang tough,
yeah,
my man. Hang tough.
But it will be cooler, so maybe she'll be just a little bit nicer.
We're getting quite a few texts on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I think yard work and things like what I mentioned, outdoor projects that you've been wanting to do but
can't do.
Now you can this weekend. All right, that's the Morning Rush Daily Questions, brought to you by Cart Path Social, Northwest Arkansas's #1 destination for indoor golf. Maybe all the time you've spent at Cart Path Social can be put to use on the outside courses this weekend. But hey, with summer here, and I know we're getting a break, and we deserve it, but the heat wave's not over. You can still play in the air conditioning at Cart Path Social.
I love that place.
And I know you and Sarah go there a lot and enjoy just working on your games a little bit. I like the analytics, to know what the angle of attack is and to know what the ball speed is and to smash factor and those things. If you're trying to work on your game, the analytics of a place like Cart Path Social can really help you improve.
It's the thing that really helps me in golf is that smash factor. I couldn't get it up to where I wanted it, and finally I was like, I've got an idea. I see Ty's face on the golf ball, and my smash factor it's doubled. It's doubled. I think I don't ever talk about your face on the golf ball, Tommy, but that might be the way to take it to the next level.
So we'll put
you
that
didn't know
in.
that was coming.
Channeling that rage like a Happy Gilmore too.
That's it.
You can bring your own cooler when you go to Cart Path Social. No golf attire required, and then, as I just said, it's BYOB. That's Cart Path Social, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, 479-487-3622. While we were talking there, our good friend Nick Wright over at Herman's has texted and says to tell Colton to send somebody by Herman's and pick up some Herman's salsa. That it's been known to certain women. It's been known to put certain women into labor.
There you go.
There we go.
So Herman's salsa. There you go. Go see Nick. Go see Carrie, and
they are wonderful people.
They'll get you fixed up with some salsa for this weekend.
Yeah,
so,
we were in Fayetteville 2 weeks ago for a little special weekend, and we stayed at these are all good people. We stayed at the Inn at the Mill, stayed in the Lambeth room for 2 nights, and it's a little pricey, but it's worth it. And then we went one night. We went to Pastafina, which is out Cave Springs, Italian restaurant. That's wonderful. And then another night we went to Herman's, and it was just like old times. Everything was perfect. Menu was the same. They have a sheet of paper with some of the coaches' favorite meals. That's pretty cool as you go in there and order the Dave Van Horn or the John Calipari and Perry or the Sam Pittman. Sam just gets some ribs and a few knickknacks. I mean, it's almost like he's ordered appetizers, but there's plenty of it. Let's just put it that way.
What would be the Clay Henry meal there?
Well, this might be the last time I had it because I didn't do it justice. And when we lived in Fayetteville, we would get two porterhouse bones and take them home to the 2 labs. But we didn't have the lab with us on this trip. But I got the T-bone, and it's like 30-something ounces. I don't know, 32 ounces. And I ate the filet side pretty well. On the strip side, I got about a third of the way through, so it had a lot of meat on the bone when I was done. I picked at it a little bit, but hey, I love the salsa and the saltines. I can just do that. But it's that T-bone is hard to beat, Tommy.
The mac and cheese there
that's good.
Unbelievable. I don't care.
The garlic chicken is outstanding too.
You just get the big hamburger patty with the gear on top of it.
That's the Watson.
The Watson. That's and then some mac and cheese. That's a pretty good lunch. That's
My
pretty
dad
good lunch right there.
Would get like they do a filet, but it kind of comes apart and it's in like 3 pieces. And my dad got that. It comes off the grill and it's perfectly cooked. And that was always what he wanted is that filet.
I'm getting hungry. We're going to stop this. Now I'm going to have to go see Nick for lunch today and get a steak.
Nick called in and he caused this problem. Yeah.
Nick, now I'm hungry. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's football.
Salsa for pregnant lady. I got that. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about the offensive line. Salsa. We got to go by and get Colton's wife some salsa today. That's what we got to do. Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. If that knee, hip, or shoulder is hurting you and it's not getting better, and you went to the doctor, they said, well, we can schedule surgery. Then you'll have 8 weeks of rehab, and you won't be able to fly fish, golf, get out and do the yard work you enjoy doing. I worry about you people that enjoy yard work to begin with, but, hey, I know some of you are like that. CQC Kinetix, that's where I went when my shoulder hurt. I don't even think about my shoulder anymore because they solved the problem. They solved the pain with their cellular treatments that use the healing properties from my body to heal my shoulder without surgery, without drugs, and without downtime. 479-999-1234 is the number, 999-1234 for QC Kinetix. We've kind of run up against it here, but I wanted to get to offensive line because I think there were some good things that came out of yesterday's conversation. Clay, I know you zero in on the interior, and I want to talk about that coming up and maybe some of the personnel up front. We'll get to all of that. Did you watch any football last night? Chargers, Lions, that get on the TV for you, the Hall of Fame game?
I did watch it, and I was interested in seeing how Detroit kind of, I wouldn't say replaced, but filled in the spot that Frank Ragnow, because I thought he was their best player. They looked all right. They didn't play their quarterback. I mean, it was both teams playing backups, and that kind of deflates the whole atmosphere. The turnovers by the backup quarterback for Detroit, that sealed the deal in the first quarter. But you saw Tesla make some plays. That was good. Yeah.
And saw Brent Musburger on the broadcast for a little while. That was fun. The walk down memory lane he had in that second half with Chris and Mike. So that was fun to see him in the booth as well. Hey, next week, I know we had another qualifying yesterday. Colton, you were out at Hardee's yesterday,
yes.
Right? Had our
female qualifier
our first ever female
History,
qualifier is going to be in the football trip of a lifetime. Next Tuesday, join us at Hardee's in Sallisaw, Oklahoma. Thursday, we'll be at the Hardee's on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Another chance to say Viva Las Vegas and win a great trip to see the Cowboys and the Raiders, courtesy of Hardee's and ESPN Arkansas. If you can eat a Monster Burger in 150 seconds, you'll be qualified all the way to the finals. So join us next week, Tuesday and Thursday at Hardee's in Sallisaw and in Fort Smith with ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
fans. This is Elizabeth.
This is Robert.
And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Protect what matters most with the Fence Man. From heavy-duty security fencing to powered automatic gates, the Fence Man's got Fort Smith covered. The Fence Man has served the Fort Smith area for over 40 years. Custom built and built to last. Free quotes, financing for 18 months. When it comes to security fencing, nobody builds it better than the Fence Man. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
This is The Morning Rush.
Hey everyone, David Rath here with Rath Auto Resources. Since the state's giving you a tax-free weekend, we figured we'd go one better. 2 weekends of state sales tax paid when you trade and all the weekdays in between. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. Get state sales tax paid when you trade now through August 9th. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Looking for the perfect gift that's personal and powerful? The Solid Rock has you covered. From custom laser engraved cutting boards and coasters to travel mugs and keepsakes. Each piece is made with care and personalized just for your special occasion, whether it's a wedding, birthday, anniversary, or just because. They help you give gifts that inspire, engraved with names, scriptures, or messages that honor Christ. Shop the Solid Rock, located next to Sam's Club on South 74th and Fort Smith. The Solid Rock, serving the River Valley for over 49 years.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, a chance of some widely scattered showers and thunderstorms are high in the low to mid 80s. Later on tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Overnight lows will drop down in the lower 60s. Saturday, ample sunshine. Our high Saturday will be in the low to mid 80s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by In Good Spirits, Fort Smith's premier source for fine wines, specialty beers, and liquor.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The Bud Light Countdown is on. Arkansas football begins in 29 days.
That long till opening day. The state is ready to watch the Hawks play. On August 1st they'll start practice on the hill. Then on August 30th they all hit the field. We're gonna take them all one game at a time. The players will be working hard to get some playing time. Going to games, watching TV, or listening to the radio. All over the state you'll hear us saying, go Hawks, go. We're really strong, we'll rise and shine. Victory's calling and it's gonna be our time. No holding back, we're in this to win. We'll be calling them Hogs as the game begins.
Live from the Busch Light Studios, this is The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft.
Clay Henry and the Hogettes there with We Are Arkansas Strong. Who is that actually?
That's Marty Denton, Arkansas
Marty?
artist. Yeah, he's made some Razorback songs recently. Really good stuff.
Yeah, so that's the first time I'd heard that one was this morning in last hour's intro. Glad you're here. Football Friday. Clay Henry, the Hall of Famer, Whole Hog Sports, is with us as well. Ty's got the day off. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, Clay, yesterday was the Arkansas Sports Writer and Sportscasters Hall of Fame. Our buddy Leland Barkley, who's written the Football Almanac and has been around the high school game as long as I've been doing this 30-plus years.
It's 40 for him.
And he's been around longer than I can. I don't remember days he wasn't. And then, good honor and well-deserved for Leland. Kermit Womack, who I worked for once upon a time in Russellville.
I did not know that, Tommy.
Years ago, and has recently, ceased his operation in Rogers, but was a Hall of Fame broadcaster, Hall of Fame sportscaster. Those were y'all's two inductees.
That's right. And then there's three more from Texarkana that will be honored. And I'm going to go blank on the names. Johnny Green, James Williams, and there's three. I can't think of the third one, but they're 50-year guys at the Texarkana Gazette and cover East Texas and Southwest Arkansas. But we'll have another induction ceremony in the fall in Texarkana. But it was a fun day, and Kermit's 90.
Yep.
And he has the pipes. I mean, it's if you want to be in radio, the prerequisite for that is to have the pipes, and he's got them. I mean, it's like listening to Charlie Jones, the voice of
own.
Yeah, and so it was fun to hear him talk. And Congressman Womack, his son Steve, he spoke as well. Then we started something new, the Mike Harrison Excellence Award, for someone that he's not a sports writer or a sports guy, or it could be a woman, but they don't qualify for our Hall of Fame, but they've helped in our business in a dramatic way, and we're thinking about people that kind of behind the scenes, and Jim Borden, who's built the archive of Razorback video.
Isn't he in the Arkansas Sports Hall of Fame?
I don't think so. No.
He was inducted into something recently because, like you said, Borden's work with video and the archiving he's done. The archiving of it has been. It's the only reason. Yesterday we were honoring Paul Eels in his passing in the 19 years. If it wasn't for Jim Borden, a lot of those Paul's calls and a lot of those clips and that stuff wouldn't exist today. We wouldn't be able to enjoy it today if it wasn't for Jim Borden.
he's got the game tapes converted from 16 millimeter film to digital, and he's done all of that work. And first of all, you got to find it, and then you preserve it. And but he's done some things in some work in videography with Larry Foley. 22 Straight. A lot of those documentaries. Jim was was joined at the hip with Larry to do that work. Won Emmys, and so he's very much deserving for that honor. And there's a list of about 30, and it could be somebody that's a producer or radio. I mean, it can be. We don't really. They're not going to be in the Hall of Fame, but we want to honor and recognize their work. And there's no other organization to do that. So Colton,
there's something for you to aspire to right there.
I was just thinking. I'm thinking to myself, like, man, you telling me this is for me? I've got something I'm looking
30 or 40
to,
more years, you're going to be right there in considerations.
The secondary Hall of Fame. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So there you go.
I think that's a perfectly legit goal. Mm-hmm. So
if I can do half of what those people who will get that award will do,
short term, you need to focus on getting that baby here.
Yeah. All right, it's Football Friday. It's a beautiful Friday outside. It's overcast. The temperatures are in the 70s. We all feel like it's October out there. It is great, and it's brought to you by QC Kinetix. Before you go down the road of surgery, drugs, and downtime, just pause a second. If you've got shoulder pain, back pain, knee pain, hip pain, old man pain, arthritis that just won't relent, QC Kinetix is the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I had a shoulder problem. They brought me into their clinic, looked at my shoulder, did some scope work on it, and said, "Hey, we can fix this. It's not to the level that this is not something that needs to have surgery." And rather than go down that road and have rehab and maybe even cause more harm, QC Kinetix provided me a great path to relief and to a pain-free life and back to golf and all the things I love without worrying about it. 479-999-1234 is the number, 999-1234 for QC Kinetix. Yesterday, Sam Pittman spent a little over a half hour with the media. Ben Souders also talked to the media, the strength and conditioning coach, about the summer program they have just come through. Clay, one thing that he briefly mentioned it, but I didn't think he spent a lot of time on the offensive line. I wanted to ask you about it because he was asked one question. I don't think we cut this one about the right side and solidifying that right side of the offensive line. You probably pay attention more than most to the personnel up front. Carmona's pretty locked in on the left side. I think Kittler, they're pretty locked in at center. What about the right side of this offensive line?
Yeah, and I think Corey Robinson at left tackle, and Colton was talking about that during the break, and I think that was the biggest get in the offseason. And when you talk about 60 new players, it's hard to say one guy, but it was the position that I thought was the glaring weakness of last year's team. Not just the left tackle, but the two tackle spots. And so we know that left tackle spot. He's one of the better players in the ACC. That they feel strong about Carmona at left guard and Robinson at left tackle, and like you say, Killer at center. But what about that right side? And I think there's about 4 or 5 guys there that all have a chance to be the guy at right tackle and right guard. And I think that what we're going to see is Amarian Harris at 313, and that's the best weight that he's carried since he's been a Razorback. He was too heavy, and then he was too light, and he's gradually built up the strength and probably play at 315 this year. He's still gaining strength, gaining weight, and he's 6'7". He's got the long arms. He's a prototypical right tackle. Now with that, you need somebody that can move the pile a little bit. I mean, he's not Sean Andrews. I don't mean to say that he's the perfect right tackle, but he's going to do some things that give them a chance to form a pocket and also can move the pile a little bit on a defensive end because he's got that size.
Now help me a little bit on this. Didn't he play quite a bit in the spring at right guard?
They've played him different places. They moved around. They played him at right guard. They played him at right tackle. I think that you're going to see Blackstock and Branham be the right guards. Now,
Okay.
If they fail, they can't get it done. Well, and Shaq McCroy comes on at right tackle. Now, here's the two things that I paid the closest attention when I listened to Ben Soward's talk about those linemen.
Yeah.
Shaq McCroy has lost weight, about 25 pounds. He was too big, too heavy. He's 6'8", 6'9", and that weight has gone on to Amarian Harris. Those are the two major developments, I think, in the summer, is that they both are trending the right direction in their weight, athletic ability, conditioning, strength, that they feel good about those two players. Now, they still have to go out there and perform. And, I talked about this as far as the wide receivers. The key for August is, do you stay healthy and you stay at practice? And I think there's not a position that's more important to get the practice time in than the offensive line. And so we'll see who those guys on the right side, the four guys that I've just mentioned, who stays healthy and who takes that position and says, this is mine. The idea is that you pick 5 and you leave them out there. They may have 6 or 7 that they play at those 5 spots, but I think that's usually when you have to play 2 guys at one spot, it's generally because neither one of them are what you want. You're just trying to piece it together.
And he mentioned that yesterday, and I guess in an ideal world, you'd have a backup guard that could play left or right, a backup tackle, and then a backup center. But he mentioned yesterday he's a guy that, Sam Pittman, he wants to play 6, maybe 7 guys on the offensive line, and he said there's a reason the ones are the ones, and he talked about that at multiple spots, but particularly the offensive line as well. So this idea, and you want to have enough to practice and go 3 deep and, have 20 linemen on your roster, but at the end, you better find 6, 7, maybe 8. It's kind of like a basketball team. You're going to win with those 6, 7, or 8 guys, or you're going to lose with those guys.
The more you play together in the offensive line, that's the one area that you can't sub freely. If you do, the cohesiveness disappears. The ability to understand the calls and the checks, knowing what the guy beside you is going to do when double teams. Those are unique skills in a unique area of the football team. There's not any other place that you must keep the same guys on the field, except maybe quarterback. You have depth, but ideally you don't see your depth. They don't ever come on the field.
What do you think the off-season timeline is? Off-season surgery. What does the timeline do to that for Kobe Branham? Because he's been one of their strongest guys. He's got a nasty, mean streak to him. They really like this guy, and Sam said down in Atlanta that they view him as a starter. It's just about getting him healthy and on the field.
He started the bowl game, and then he tore his pectoral muscle and had to have surgery. I think that he's in line to play by the first game. So we'll just see what his the rehab and how much they give him in this first 2 weeks. But you got to practice to play, especially at that position. And so I know they feel like he's one of their best 6 or 7 offensive linemen, and that they want to get him on the field. So he has the athletic ability, the size, and the strength to play against an SEC defensive tackle. Yeah. And I felt like last year that they got beat inside too much.
What's the story on Marcus Dumervil? Didn't his dad play for? Wasn't his dad Elvis Dumervil? Didn't he play for Bobby at Louisville? Or am I misremembering that?
That sounds right. I don't have that in front of me, and I could check it. But yeah, that's
a transfer that's in here. Last year's transfer.
They have high hopes for him.
Yeah. And he's one of those guys that you just don't know much about. So you kind of move on because you hadn't seen him play here. You're basing it on elsewhere.
Tommy, there's 60 of them like
I know.
that.
And I contend, and I'm going to shift the conversation here. Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix. I contend it's a problem for college athletics because, Clay, you've done this longer than I, but I've been doing this, over 20 years in this role, this show, and then 30 years in kind of, being around media and covering football. I think this is the least amount of excitement I've seen from the fan base in a summer in a long time, and I don't think it's because everyone out there thinks the team's not going to meet some kind of minimum expectation. They're not going to win enough games. I think it's because there's not enough of an emotional connection with the players themselves because the roster's so overhauled year to year. I think the fans have lost a connection with the players on the team because of all of this transferring stuff, and it's not just at Arkansas. I think it's hurting the excitement for the pending season throughout the summer, and I think it's a problem college athletics has to solve.
Well, here's the bottom line. I was with 4 or 5 of my best friends this summer. They came up. We had a lunch at Heidi's, and you remember when we did that.
Yep.
And we really tried to talk football for a while. And other than talking a little bit about Taylor Green and the linebackers, a few of those guys, there wasn't anybody in the room besides me that could give you 20 names of players. 20 names. That'd be offensive and defensive regulars. There's nobody could tell you who the punter was. Nobody could tell you who the field and the punter is a good guy. He's an all SEC player.
Yeah.
Blake. But there is not enough knowledge because of the transition of the roster. 60 new players out of the 84 that are on scholarship right now. 60 new. There's only 24 returnees that are on scholarship. I mean, you could never imagine that. And I don't think this is a bad roster by any stretch, but there's no way for me to sit here and say this is going to be a good team or a bad team. I can't because I think they've got a lot more depth. I know that Bobby Petrino is excited about the quarterback. That's a good place to start, but that's about all I can tell you.
Well, and I think it goes back to the conversation we were having earlier about wide receivers in the last hour. A lot of people aren't real high on it because you don't know any of these guys.
They're new.
And then you got, CC, who we've heard a lot of great things about. He's injured. He's not going to play down this year.
As of right now, he won't play this year.
So, I mean, Omega Blake, that's a really cool name, but the average fan don't know much about it other than, hey, that's a cool name. Monty Harrison, great story, 30 years old, apparently one of the leaders.
Yeah.
But you just don't have enough returning production. C.J. Brown, well, people know him from Bentonville and being in Northwest Arkansas. Jalen Brown, we played that clip earlier. He's really fast, probably maybe the fastest guy on the team and brings a lot of speed. Cam Shanks, another one of those guys that, the average fan, when you just look at these wide receivers, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the guys on the roster are all transfer players.
Yeah, I think that
3, 6, 9 out of 10 guys, there's only 3 that aren't transfer players, and one of them's 30 years old.
Yeah, I like the roster, but I can't tell you for sure they're going to go out and win 7 or 8 games. I can't tell you that, partly because the schedule is so daunting. But I think Mike Washington, the transfer at tailback, I think he's an SEC tailback. I think you're going to really like him. I think everybody just assumed Braylon Russell will be the starter. He lost weight in the off season, had a decent spring, but he's clearly number 2 behind Mike Washington. And I think when I watched I guess I saw 2 practices, and one of them there was a little bit of scrimmage time, and I saw his pad level and his acceleration. He's a better player than Jaquindon Jackson. And that's a mouthful because I thought he was a good player. Mm-hmm. The only problem with him was that he didn't stay healthy. They overused him early in the season, in my opinion. So I hope that the depth at running back is such that they can keep from putting too heavy of a load in those first couple of games for Mike Washington.
All right, we got some time for phone calls coming up. If you want to hop in here, we got your SEC update on the way. A lot of teams are opening up their camps, but if you got questions for Clay or you just want to talk some football or you're just in a better damn attitude and mood because it's 75 degrees, let's talk about it this morning. Lewis Automotive Group hotline open, 877-377-6963. You could call or text, and we'll have a conversation about it here in just a little bit. Fishing's on your mind for the weekend. I know that. Pradco, right here in Arkansas, Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and a lot more brands. It's available, so get you some get you some great stuff at Academy, Bass Pro Shops, and LureNet.com. You can go on that site, and you can place your order for the weekend. They'll get it to you. And you'll find exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else other than right there. So if you're headed to the lake or the river or the creek or whatever, start with LureNet.com to find all the exclusive baits and deals that you want that are made right here in Arkansas. And any order over $35 gets free shipping in the U.S. That's LureNet.com for all your bait needs and lure needs for the weekend. All right, the SEC update, we'll do that next. Tommy and Clay and Colton, it's the Morning Rush, ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text BODY to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text BODY to 321-321. That's BODY to 321-321.
There wasn't a whole lot of thought into it or anything like that. It was just, heck, I'm not taking a knee.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey everyone, David Rath here with Rath Auto Resources. Since the state's giving you a tax-free weekend, we figured we'd go one better. 2 weekends of state sales tax paid when you trade, and all the weekdays in between. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. Get state sales tax paid when you trade, now through August 9th. Just another reason why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Storm season is here. Is your roof ready? Hey, it's Matt Jones. If the weather has wrecked your roof and you need a roofing company you can trust, call my friends at Patriot Brothers Roofing. They have the #1 certainty roofing company in Arkansas. They are licensed, bonded, insured, and lifetime River Valley residents located in Van Buren.
Thanks, Matt. We are also the only roofing company in the River Valley that installs a full certainty integrity roof system and registers a 50-year warranty directly with Certainty. Patriot Brothers Roofing, because your home deserves only the best.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
first-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time. Every Thursday, take a trip down memory lane at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Joe's is bringing back the flavors you loved from Cuco's, the beloved restaurant that once called this place home. Join Joe's Grill and Cantina for Throwback Thursday and savor classic Cuco's dishes. It's the taste from the past with the vibrant atmosphere of Joe's. Don't miss out on the reunion every Thursday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Come for the food, stay for the memories. 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight.
We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hawks have finally held the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Well, camps are opening up around the SEC. Opened up in Arkansas this morning at 6:20 a.m. Clay was wise, like me and Colton did not attend. We'll just read about it today. But I imagine there was more than a handful on hand to see that this morning, and also get the interviews with coach and some players following that. We'll bring that to you. But looking at the All-State playoff predictor, Clay, I know you love analytics, and they have come up with who has a 10% chance of reaching the playoffs, with at least a 10% chance of reaching the playoffs from the SEC and from the Power Four conferences, the American and the Mountain West. But how many of them actually will win a national title? Here's what ESPN analytics say. And looking at the SEC teams, the Texas Longhorns. Now, this is going to, give you the willies here a little bit. But to make the playoffs, according to ESPN analytics, Texas has an 83.9% chance and an SEC best 24.1% chance of winning the national title. Clay, what do you think about that?
Next question.
All right, the Georgia Bulldogs, 78% chance of making the playoffs. 17.9% chance of winning the national title.
I'm a Georgia fan. They beat Texas twice last year. And it's all the stuff you want to hear about Texas. Just remember this. They lost to Georgia twice. No. They lost in Austin with the biggest break that's ever been given a college team to reverse a play or a call. If the Bottles had not come on the field, they would not have had time to change that, in my opinion. Tommy, you may think that they were about to do it anyway. I'm not saying that they didn't fix a bad call, but it was still the most bizarre play. Yep. Only at the University of Texas would that be possible. And, of course, they didn't find any of the co-conspirators that threw the stuff on the field.
Of course not. So Texas and Georgia are 1 and 2 nationally. Who do you think would be the next SEC team in likelihood of playoffs and national title?
Alabama.
Yeah, they're the only team left in the SEC that has a 10% or better chance of winning a national title.
I think they're the dark horse, and that's
hard to say, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, when it's like, am I going out on a limb? No, not really. I mean, it's if you want to say, and I think that their coach was really good, but was put in an impossible situation following a legend. His team, he had to, can't reinvent the wheel. I mean, it's you just have to do what you do. But at every stop, I'm sure players are saying, well, that's not the way Coach Saban would have done it. Of course it's not. I mean, he's not Nick Saban. But it's you have to get past that first year, and he had a quarterback that did not fit his system. I think he can coach. I watched him at Washington, and they were terrific I think that they will be the team that surprises the most. And then beyond that, it might be Florida, in my opinion. I think that Florida, what they were at the end of last year, was a pretty good team. And I think Billy Napier, he slowly is put in his system. So I would watch out for Florida in Alabama this year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 12 teams that made the top 32 on this. Only 32 teams met the qualifications of at least a 10% chance of reaching the playoff. Florida, the bottom-ranked team in the SEC out of that group, 14.5% chance of making the playoff, less than a 1% chance of winning the national title according to the ESPN analytics. Oklahoma was ahead. South Carolina was ahead. And here's the one that shocked me. The Auburn Tigers at 18th best odds or percentages, according to the analytics, of 22% roughly of making the playoffs and a 1.1% chance of winning the national title. That's higher than most preseason thoughts or predictions on the Auburn Tigers.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. I think that they feel better about their offensive line. I've listened to Hugh Freeze a little bit, but they took a quarterback that couldn't get it done at Oklahoma. Maybe the pieces around him were so bad, offensive line injuries, wide receiver injuries. Maybe that's one of those deals that Superman wouldn't have made it work at Oklahoma last year. And but Hugh Freeze can coach. That's a given. I know he's a solid coach. And they were so bad at quarterback, had so many turnovers, but I just wouldn't say – is it Jackson Arnold? Is that the kid's name?
Came from Oklahoma. Yeah.
I just don't think of him as the answer, and maybe I'm completely wrong.
Yeah, we'll see it all unfold. You look at Auburn's schedule, and they do get the Iron Bowl in their place this year. The Auburn also opens up with Baylor. That game's in Waco, Ball State, South Alabama, then Oklahoma and Norman's going to tell the tale. They got OU and A&M ahead of their first bye in late September. Those are their last two games in September. Bye week, then Georgia, Missouri, Arkansas, Kentucky, Vandy all in a row. So I think we're going to know a lot when that team travels to OU. All right, that's your SEC update. It's brought to you by Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769. 1505 is the number. Jackie's licensed in Oklahoma and in Arkansas, and they have offices in Oklahoma and in Arkansas. Home base is Fort Smith. They have an office in Sallisaw, right across from the courthouse. So wherever you're listing or wherever your need is at, Jackie can help you if you've been in a car wreck, a workplace injury, maybe you've been injured elsewhere, maybe you're going through a divorce or a custody battle. And summer times cause a lot of those type of issues. Jackie can help you with all of that with more than 13 years of experience. 479-769-1505 or go to mocklegalsolutions.com. Clay, you're going to have to earn your money on this next one. Let's go to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline where Brian is in Ozark. Brian, you are on the Morning Rush. Brian?
That's the best I've ever heard, Brian.
All right. He's got one of them Texas phones. All right. No, Brian. We were all saved.
He's on a burner phone. Yeah.
We all got some mercy there. So, hey, I was expecting him to drone on about Texas and those odds we just laid out there. But maybe he knew that with Clay here, he stood no chance. Is he back? No, he hung up. He heard Clay was – he said, no, Clay's on the show. He tapped out. He wussed out. He didn't want any part of Clay this morning, so he got out of here. All right, let's go back to yesterday. Let's go back to Ben Souders a little bit because you were talking about how you always enjoy hearing from strength and conditioning, kind of how the summer went. What were some other takeaways from Ben Souders? We heard about Taylon Green. We played that audio earlier. If you missed it, it'll be in our Bud Light Morning Rush podcast. How banged up and beat up Taylon Green was and how they've really worked on his body, 10 good pounds that he's put on this offseason. What are some other takeaways from Ben Souders and kind of what the teams went through this summer?
Yeah, one of the aspects of what's going on around college football right now is that the Power 4 teams, I guess we have to say Power 4 now because we eliminated the Pac-12, what we have is older rosters. And I think that those guys know how to work. And he said over and over, so-and-so, and I could plug in any number of names. They came in and immediately showed us that they knew how to work. And I think that that's the easy part when you have a culture of workers that the strength and conditioning coaches can do. They have a chance to be the transformers. And I think that they had the ear of their players this summer. And I think that it also helps to have a healthy schedule, so to speak. In other words, your players know that you better be close to perfection in the way you've worked and handled your duties as in the off-season program to get everything done. I just think having an older roster helps the strength and conditioning coaches. That you don't have a lot of puppies that they're woe is me. This is too hard. I can't do this. I don't know whether I can get up and perform again in the morning.
Let's pause here a second because we got Ben Souders. Let him put it in his own words. You can come back and react to the rest of it.
Number one, our leadership. The leadership within from the players have been the best since I've been here, and probably the best since I've been in coaching. Very comparable to the 21 team when we were at Georgia. I mean, guys, we set the standard, and then the guys just took it and rolled with it. And we didn't have to do a whole lot because the players took it. And so if a guy was late or didn't do something right, it wasn't so much just us, it was them. And that's the first team. This has been the first team that it's been that way in 3 years since I've been here. And to me, that tells you a lot about your team.
Yeah, when you're policing your own, you're in a good place. That doesn't mean they're going to win 9 ball games or 7 ball games or 8 ball games, but it means you've got guys on the team that other guys will listen to.
By and large, if you just scroll down the roster, you see junior, senior, junior, senior, junior, senior, third year junior, fourth year junior, fifth year seniors. I think older players are easier to motivate because they know it's their time.
And time's running out. So.
Yeah, and it's they all want to go to the next level. They all think the SEC is their ticket to get to the NFL, and they're probably right. But it's they have they're listening and they're doing what they need to. I think this team is in shape. It's motivated. Are they one of the best teams in the SEC? I wouldn't say that, but I think they'll have a chance to win some games this year if the right guys stay healthy. They still, their depth is better, but if they lose Mike Washington or they lose Taylor Green, I mean, KJ Jackson is going to be a good quarterback, but he's strictly a passer. He's not going to beat you with his feet. He's not going to take off and make a 40-yard run that flips the field position, changes the game. They need those two guys to stay healthy because I think they're difference makers in this league. But I think that back to the strength and conditioning question, I think that these coaches had a fun summer. You've got a team with lots of leadership, lots of older players. You have to get lucky a little bit when you're taking guys out of the portal because you don't have 6 months to recruit a guy. You've got 2 or 3 days. And they were asked a question yesterday a little bit, how did this team have such good character when you weren't able to research? Well, Sam says you just talk to parents. And he says usually the parents come on visits now. That's you can pay the way for parents to come on visits. So you have a chance to really spend time and you can see how players react to their mamas and their dads or their grandma. So that's the one thing that I believe that they've done is done a better job with recruiting and I'll go back to Dave Van Horn's teams. He really calls quickly if he doesn't see the character aspect. The culture, the behind the scenes, the locker room, the work that they put in, you have to have good character or the team is going to fall apart.
It is 10:38 here on the Morning Rush. I know we were talking about weekend plans and the weather. One place that would be a great place to just kind of, post up this weekend would be at Gaston's, Clay. I mean, I know you're looking forward to some time on the White River, and Gaston's is a spot, but be a wonderful time. You can maybe even get out this weekend after dark and enjoy one of them fire pits they have right on the riverfront because it would make sense with the kind of weather we're going to have the next few days. Hey,
they've got hiking trails around there, too, that
yeah.
are just wonderful.
Yeah, they do.
Normally, August is not the time to go on a hike, but it would be this weekend.
Yeah, so you can do that. Even if you're not going to stay at Gaston's, be a good daytime road trip on Saturday or Sunday. Enjoy their Sunday brunch, or maybe Saturday night, a piece of that prime rib in the restaurant. Everything comes with a great view of the White River. Start with the John Boat Salad Bar. Call and get a dinner reservation for this weekend. They always have fresh seafood on the menu for the weekend as well, some fresh fish and options you won't find maybe on the other days of the week. 870-431-5202 is the number, 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time, every time.
You're in the middle of Football Friday on the Morning Rush, presented by QC Kinetix. Get real lasting relief from chronic joint pain.
Looking for a big new game to play? Well, there's no game bigger than the new dino-sized Jurassic World scratch-off games from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, which gives you a chance to win up to $200,000 instantly. And if that weren't enough, you can enter for a chance to win an exciting trip to beautiful Hawaii, where you could win up to $1 million. So get down to your local lottery retailer today, and welcome to Jurassic World. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Hey, this is Chad Warner, product manager for Booyah Bait Company in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The hottest swim jig on the Arkansas River right now is the Booyah Mobster. It was designed by the Muddy Water Mob, a bunch of river rats from Arkansas and Oklahoma, and it's winning tournaments on Dardanelle and Kerr like clockwork. If you're fishing submerged vegetation, water willow, lily pads, you need a Booyah Mobster to reel them in. Available at lurenet.com and tackle stores throughout Arkansas and Oklahoma, the Booyah Mobster.
Smalls here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
This is the Morning Rush.
Arkansas, 80 yards.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest? He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Choose your escape. Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. Take a luxurious dip with the $5 Classic box. Indulge in a lavish meal with the $7 Supreme box. Or explore new worlds with the $9 Discovery box, now featuring the crispy chicken burrito for a truly unmissable experience.
What's that, Tony Hawk?
Get Lux for less, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Roback's got the gear for your perfect summer days.
East Coast summers nipping on the run. Now the beachfront nights, fireflies and thunderstorms. Won't you kiss me, darling? Tell me that you're gonna stay. Yeah. Give me those East Coast summers, Maryland to Maine. Now the seaside.
Shop polos, hoodies, Q-zips, and much more in the American Summer Collection at Roback.com.
Roback made finding the perfect pair of pants or shorts much easier. They're a clean fit with comfortable premium fabric. They look great on and off the golf course. So shop at Roback.com for the Delta pants and shorts.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
You're heading out for the weekend. Take the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. As we just told you with you, Cravings value menus there, 10 items to choose from, each priced at $3 or less. It's the must-have for a road trip, the Hit That Line Now app. APAC Arcola, we're talking about doing yard work and getting the outside work done. If you need high-quality, top-quality asphalt, ready-mix concrete, or aggregates to complete your job, APAC and Standard Material Group is there for you, whether it's residential or commercial. No job's too big or small. They even have construction consultant services to help keep your job on track. So if you need help with the planning and trying to figure out all the details, or maybe just the things you don't know, APAC is there for you. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs. It's APAC and Standard Materials Group, 479-587-3300. We didn't get the Lewis Automotive Group hotline shut down in time. 877-377-6963. He's back. We didn't connect earlier. Brian is in Ozark. Brian, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, not much, Tommy. You doing all right today?
I'm good.
Good. I was just wondering, I heard kind of a rumor, but I had a question on this. I heard that Rhett Lashley might be interested in the Arkansas job after this season. Is that true or is that false?
What makes you believe the job will be open after this season?
Well, because when you look at the schedule, and I've kind of figured this, I mean, I don't think there's any way that Arkansas beats Notre Dame. And this is just my opinion, but if you lost to either State or Memphis, that gives you 2 non-conference losses. So if you did lose those 2, I don't see where you even come up with 6 wins. And just my opinion, I think Arkansas will lose to either A&M or at Auburn at home. And I don't see any way they beat the 4 others on the road. So, yeah, I think that would can Pittman.
So I talked to Rhett. I talked to Rhett recently, and he told me that the job that he really thought was going to come open pretty soon was Texas, and he was interested in that job.
Well, when you go 25-5 in 2 years, I think we all know that's just a bunch of BS. But Texas,
well, I think the point is that what you said is a bunch of BS too. So we're even.
I'm just asking a question. Is that
you're asking a question? You said it's your opinion. We understand that. We also understand what your opinion means. Nothing.
Okay. Fair enough. So there's.
Oh, it's fair. All right.
Here's the thing. I think Rhett Lashley's in a good spot with an alumni.
He's not leaving SMU, I don't think. Yeah.
No, I mean, I was getting ready to go into the money that's there, the money they've afforded them. I mean, just the money they're taking or leaving on the table, or however you want to look at it, with the ACC and that rights deal. I think he's got all he needs from a resources standpoint, and then a great spot from a recruiting standpoint and from getting people interested in coming to Dallas.
In a schedule
that's manageable to get to the playoff. We've already seen that. I know that they got, what was it, Penn State housed them pretty good, but bottom line is they've got a much better path to the playoff. Why would he want it? Arkansas or any other job? Now, obviously, the connection and growing up just up the road from Arkansas, playing his high school ball there.
He's got family there.
Get all that, but if it's about having a chance at a national championship, why would he leave SMU to come to Arkansas? That to me wouldn't make sense.
I think that his buyout's pretty substantial too. So I think they've got him locked up, and they know that he's happy there. That's the bottom line. He's had. There's not a job open, and I will say this: Texas is they're gonna step in it. They always do. I mean, they lost the only 2 meaningful games in the SEC. They lost to Georgia twice. And, that's the bottom line, is that they had a favorable schedule. They have a favorable schedule again this year, and I don't think they'll make it through it.
Well, final call of the day on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Greyhawk is in Georgetown, Arkansas. You're on the Morning Rush.
Good morning, guys. How y'all doing today?
Good, man. Looking forward to the weekend.
Oh, you and me both. You and me both. Hey, guys, I tell you what, I hear everybody, and it's constant negative. You know, I'm an old Springdale High boy, class 81, so I played in 80. We were picked last in the conference. We won the conference. We ended up being state runners-up. We had to play one heck of a Sylvan Hills team that won the title, but the game is played on the field. The negativity, let's see what old Sam's got. That's my thing. Let's see what we got. We've got an improved line. We've got some good athletes out there in this, our receiving corps. But let's see the game played out on the field. And I just think that I called the other day, was talking about the deal with Taylon Green going up against Arch Manning. Taylon Green going up against Nussmeier. You might be surprised at what we have happen this year. That's all I got.
All right.
Let's just play the game, and let's see where we stand.
We're going to do it.
All right. Appreciate the call. You know where Georgetown, Arkansas is, Clay?
I do not.
It's in White County. We didn't either the other day when Greyhawk called in. So I didn't know there was a Georgetown, Arkansas. So learned that. So Football Friday brought to you by QC Kinetix, the nation's leader in regenerative medicine. I appreciate all they did to help me through my shoulder pain. They can get you real results that let you move faster and live better. 479-999-1234 is the number. 999-1234. No surgery, no drugs, no downtime when you go with our friends over at QC Kinetix. All right, we got no shoulder patches, helmets and shorts for a few days. Great weather to get acclimated to the outdoors. I know they went early because of, he said, yesterday's school schedule, but hey, this break in the heat's not going to last long, and they're going to get some real football weather next week, Clay.
I think it's going to be a warm August still, but I mean, let's just enjoy this weekend.
Yeah. So, what do you expect? Anything you expect to hear or looking for these first few days?
I just want to see who stays healthy for the first week, and I guess that's the key aspect of training camp, is that can you keep the guys that you want to put on the field? Can you keep them healthy on the field? And they say they're in condition. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, Matt Jones, he's down in a 4-point stance for some reason. He's ready to come into the studio here. Phil Elson's standing by there, coming up with halftime. Clay, appreciate you sitting in with me today. Enjoy your fishing.
Yeah,
enjoy your golfing, and
yes.
We'll do it again soon.
You too, Tommy.
Thank you. Thanks to Clay, the Hall of Famer, Whole Hog Sports, with us here. Ty will be back on Monday, so there's your warning right now, and enjoy your weekend out there. Halftime is next for Colton. I'm Tommy. Enjoy the day. Halftime on the way next here on ESPN Arkansas. HitThatLine.com.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver,